President Donald J. Trump.
Well, there he is, and you hear the song, God Bless the USA. It's one of those songs we've heard a million times probably, but each time we love it. Each time you get kind of emotional. Well, that's thanks in large part to Lee Greenwood. He created the song, made it famous. Lee Greenwood is a good friend of President Trump, and they've teamed together on a very interesting project. I'm so glad they did. They have there's a new Bible, the God Bless the USA Bible. It is the King James Version, but it also has the Constitution, the U.S. Constitution, and the Declaration of Independence in there. President Trump was talking about it last week, and Lee Greenwood.
I'm proud to partner with Lee in this offering. He's a very special man, both as a talent, but maybe even more so as a human being. He's very, very special. And I think you all should get a copy of God Bless the USA Bible now and help spread our Christian values with others. There you have it. Let's make America pray again. God bless you, and God bless the USA.
And we have Lee Greenwood with us right now. Lee, welcome, and what a great idea. The book has taken off, the Bible. Anyway, how are you?
I'm great, thanks. Thanks for having me on the show. And yeah, it's a 2,000-year-old book. It just happened to have a little bit of a variance right now. And as President Trump said, it's got the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, and the Bill of Rights, and the Pledge of Allegiance. And I also included the lyrics of my song, at least the chorus, which everybody refers to as Proud to be an American. And when I wrote that, that's 40 years ago, I had people say all the time, I'm proud Italian, I'm a French American, I'm an Indian American. But you know what? We're all Americans. So why don't we just say we're proud of who we are? I think that's the catalyst for the song. And of course, then the idea for the Bible.
Well, we love it. And do me a favor, you're obviously a Christian. Can you tell us a little bit about your life as a Christian, the benefits of being a Christian?
You know, sometimes it's an interesting ride. I was raised on a farm in North Sacramento, California by my grandparents. My father joined the Navy right after the bombing of Pearl Harbor, so I didn't know him very well. 4 years in the Navy, 2 years in the Merchant Marine. My mother and he divorced. That's why I was raised on the farm by my grandparents. And they sent me to church. They never took me to church. And that's an interesting fact because I don't even know if they were Christians. I do know that when I went to the First Baptist Church in North Sacramento, California, that Rush Limbaugh often mentioned about, I lived on Rio Linda Boulevard, as a matter of fact. So I knew who he was talking about. He was one of those guys. And when I graduated high school, I never forgot those lessons I learned early on, singing with the choir in the church and moving on to my own career, which eventually would take place in Nashville, Tennessee. And I did 30 USO tours, by the way, which shows my love for the military. So God Bless the USA has had an interesting way of me establishing my feeling for the country and my faith and being a patriot.
So obviously, it's not controversial. I mean, what could be wrong? But we live in a very strange time, and the things you just summarized, the mainstream media took great offense at. Let's listen to a portion of that, if you don't mind.
You listen to this 3-minute sales pitch, and I do wonder how conservative Christians can look in the mirror and support this man.
Well, the first thing you'd say is, oh, my God. I mean, it is not only culty, it is grifty. It is so much on brand for Donald Trump. He's commodifying the Bible during Holy Week, that he's selling it for $60. Let us pray here.
Yeah, they were offended. They found it so. Number one, it's a leather-bound book. It's kind of beautiful. It's big. I was not taken aback by the price. This is what you pay for leather-bound books. There you have it right there.
And guess what? This is signed by Donald Trump.
How about that signature? Look, I don't think that this was a money-making venture. Then again, book publishing, it costs money to put this stuff together. You want to say anything about the money that will be made from this?
Well, I take offense to what those people said, and the nerve of that one gentleman who said, "Oh my God." I mean, that's not a reference you make lightly. Yeah, and the price point is good for this. I've been promoting this Bible for 3 years, and when I sent my copy to President Trump, he said, "Well, everybody should have one of these, so let me help you promote it." And of course, the money that we make from it is incidental. It's getting the faith to the people. And at the time, for him to make that video right at Easter, it's timed only because I sent him the Bible shortly before that. And that's when he decided to make it. And you know what? During Holy Week, what's more appropriate than having a Bible presented by a former president of the United States who said, "I believe in God and I am a Christian."
Right. No, it says so much about them, the ones who find fault with this. It's their problem. But the country does have a problem right now. And President Trump, as he was outlining his support for the God Bless USA Bible, he said that. C02, please.
Religion and Christianity are the biggest things missing from this country. And I truly believe that we need to bring them back, and we have to bring them back fast. I think it's one of the biggest problems we have. That's why our country is going haywire. We've lost religion in our country.
Another kind of, you can't really quarrel with that statement. Fewer and fewer people are attending church or attending organized religious services. Gallup shows that year after year. You travel the country all the time. What do you see when you see America these days? I know we see great things, but we're a country in distress.
Well, yeah, but we're pressed by international politics led by someone who doesn't know how to handle the White House. I will say this about churchgoers. I don't understand where that Gallup poll comes from. During the Easter weekend here in Nashville, you'll have every church that was full. Our church had 2 services on Saturday, 3 services on Sunday, and you could hardly get a seat. So I'm just confident that maybe the silent majority is out there and they just don't want to talk as much about it. And they're a little offended by the media approach. The left is constantly ragging them. Nobody wants to hear that. They want to hear good news. So give us some good news about faith in our country, which is the greatest country on earth, by the way.
He said you were a very special person, and he seems to know you well. And when did you first meet Donald Trump?
Well, actually, my wife worked for him for 21 years. She was a former Miss Tennessee USA, Kimberly, and she runs the pageant Miss USA in Tennessee, Mississippi, and Georgia. And so she knew him long before I did, but proud to meet him through that means. And we're still very good friends, all of us.
Yeah, and as you know, he's very perceptive. You know what I mean? He listens and he picks up on things. So it's amazing. It's great that you guys are allies and friends. And what could be wrong? The answer is nothing, nothing at all. The God Bless the USA Bible. Go to godblesstheusabible.com. And it's great to have you back. There it is. We had you on the show before Donald Trump got involved, and we're glad to have you back now that the president has gotten involved. Lee Greenwood, thank you, and thank you for that amazing song and everything else.
You're so very welcome. God bless you, and God bless this country. GodBlessTheUSA.com.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. We'll be right back.